It's like you're easing into a Sunday morning.
It does.
Is this your personal or is this your OnlyFans one?
Both. Talking Normies podcast. Hey, what's good, internet? It's the boys coming at you. A little bit of Talking Normies podcast on this beautiful Friday morning. I'm not drunk. I'm just been drinking coffee. We got the crew here. Crew, sound off.
Brown Pat.
Dameron.
Spidey.
Holy
And together
shit.
we are the Talking Normies podcast collection of days today.
Properly, just gonna let them just say their names. You know,
We can do
They're
it.
new
Oh.
on the podcast.
I'm sorry.
On.
Okay, well, first off, let's be legit here. They are new on the podcast, but I'm keenly aware that everybody probably knows who they are. You've seen Spidey in such reactions as The Wire. You've seen Dameron in such reactions as Lucifer. Ta-da!
Ta-da.
Y'all know these guys.
Here we are.
Anyway,
Spidey's also in Lucifer.
We're friends.
Hey.
so as you guys have seen, we've been going really off the cuff with the podcast this year. So we're doing the exact same. There's not much of a rubric, but we're gonna get started with a weekend update. What have you guys been doing over the weekend?
Let's start with the new guys.
Yeah, what have y'all been up to?
Let's go end to end.
All right, perfect.
What did I do this weekend? We did a little bit. We've been apartment hunting lately because we're gonna be moving soon. We ended up going out. I met up with an old friend that I hadn't seen in like years. Lex and Andrea, if you got to watch them, what up? Her little brother's actually a huge fan as well.
That was nice.
Huge fan of what?
Us.
The Normies.
Oh my god!
I had no idea.
I hope he is.
I hope you got other fans, bro.
Hope we're not letting you down, bro.
I mean, really, we just kind of got hammered. We went out and did some swing dancing because we now found a new place you can swing dance like every Friday.
Is it in Fountain Square?
Like
Friday there at the Fountain Square Theater, yeah.
Yeah. I've been there a
swing
couple of
dancing,
times.
like the 70s swing dancing, or
Yeah.
like swing dancing
No,
where you
no.
like you switch your partners.
Like both.
Hold on, what's the 70s swing dancing?
Like the grease.
No, that's not really swing.
I know what you mean.
see
swing,
what you mean.
yes.
Yeah.
That's what you
It's
mean,
swinging
but also
dancing, yeah,
swing dancing's like the 20s.
Yeah.
But I've been there a couple of times. The place is dope.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You can take like my little cousin and all that stuff because I was trying to find stuff to do with more like
sure.
younger family members and stuff. So.
There's
Well, we could
also
still drink.
at that same place, there's always a group of people who are like, guess what I know how to do really, really, really well.
Dude.
Right? You're like,
I
fuck,
saw people
bro.
being tossed in the air. I was like, we might need to leave. This is way out of how good we are. But we're going to keep practicing that out.
Where are you guys looking at apartments at? Because I know you guys just moved to where you guys are at right now, right?
Yeah, but the building we're at is a new building. So, like, I've come to realize never get into a building that is still learning how to walk. Like, our building it's a year and like 3 months old right now. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Settling.
So it's still going through a lot of different stuff. We're going to right next door, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, no names, no names. You don't want them stalkers popping out.
And my social security number.
Yeah.
It's 5. All right. So you said y'all got hammered though too?
Yeah, just obliterated. It was very irresponsible. But you know, we're walking distance from everything, and it's not cold when you have a liquor blanket on. So
Yeah.
whiskey jacket it up and get out there.
Never called that, but I like it. All right.
Jacket it up and get out there.
What about you?
My fiance and I, we just went to a restaurant in Fountain Square that used to be Pioneer and is now the Corner Wine Bar, even though...
Hold on, the Corner Wine Bar moved from the corner to down the Pioneer, the other corner?
Yeah, the other corner.
Beautiful.
They moved from one corner to another.
Better
yeah.
corner.
So it was
It is a better
beer,
corner.
and now it's a wine spot.
No, so it was the Corner Wine Bar was on the corner of Virginia and Morris.
Woodland, I think it is?
Woodland,
Yeah.
yes. Wow, nice.
I fucks with
And then it moved down to the actual Fountain Square in Indianapolis. So it's a much larger venue. Used to be like almost a concert venue.
Yeah, I went to a couple of shows. Actually, I played some shows there.
Union 50. We've spent a few late night at Pioneer.
Yeah.
And had a few like ridiculous conversations. But so Chelsea and I went there. We got some wine to go. Had some wine there. Let's see, what else did we do? We kind of bopped around. We really kind of day drank, actually. Yeah, because she was really all about it. We were going to go to La Margarita, but it was closed because John gave his employees the first 3 weeks of the year off, which I think is pretty cool.
All right, John, I see you, boy.
Hold on. He gave his employees 3 weeks off?
Yeah, so basically they didn't get any time off through the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. But following that, he just shut down the restaurant for 3 weeks.
That's a smart man. He's actually he's a thinker out here. Not many people are going to go out to the restaurants in the first month, anyways.
Yeah,
And he's
exactly.
probably making hella money. And he's like,
Yeah.
we shut this down for 3 weeks.
All right.
January, people are doing new me, new year type shit.
Yeah,
Right.
no one's going to go out.
He's like, I'm going to catch y'all right when you're tired of going to the gym and you're ready to get back fat.
Yeah.
He's a smart man.
Tacos.
Going back to what you just said, getting 3 months off. I just read an article yesterday that a company, I forgot which company it is. It's a big company. It's either Zoom or whatever. But they are giving people 3 weeks off, consecutive 3 weeks. So the whole company shuts down for 3 weeks for every quarter. So essentially, they're gonna get 12 weeks off.
God
That's an
damn.
interesting
The whole
idea.
company, like what they mean is like the whole company shut down. So that means they all could vacation together, so they don't come back with work from other
12 out of 52.
people. Yeah.
Is that almost a quarter?
Yeah, that's a quarter.
Yeah, just about. I mean, a lot of employers give you a month off anyway nowadays. A lot.
But now you're getting per quarter, so that's like
Yeah,
Boy.
that's pretty
Right?
intense.
Shit.
I am curious to know which company this is.
actually, you know what? If you while you keep going,
Yeah.
I'll look it up and let you know.
Nothing particular.
I already know.
Okay, let's hear it.
Coinbase.
Coinbase.
Coinbase, okay.
That kind of makes sense.
Because they got an automated service that
Yeah.
it was like for 3 weeks. They're just like, make sure this shit's gonna run solid for 3 weeks.
That
Sure.
if Coinbase
Hey.
shuts down, they just say fuck you.
Right?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
You're gonna wait for us to get ready.
Coinbase and Zoom. I was totally way off.
Yeah, it's okay. They're both relevant IPs, tech IPs nowadays. Really, just kind of irrelevant rest of the weekend. Did the domestic stuff, stayed in, took care of stuff that we'd been putting off because we got back from Colorado in the first week of January and
Yeah.
have not done shit with our place or ourselves since then. So it was really nice to have. Oh, and I had MLK Day off for the first time,
Nice.
which I think everybody should, for the record, in the United States.
Salesforce, right?
No.
No, fuck. Never mind.
And so in any case,
Lowe's.
Home Improvement, baby, hammers and nails. So that was about it. You know, just getting back on track and now continuing to plan a wedding, which is what I've been balancing with work this week. So that's about it for me. Not very.
You still have your Christmas tree up?
And I haven't played video games since before Thanksgiving. Somebody help me. Somebody really needs
We've
to
got to
help
get on
me.
some Dead by Daylight or something.
Yeah, for
Or
sure.
what's the other one?
Halo?
Left
Not
4
Left 4
Dead.
Dead, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Back for Blood.
Back for
There we
Blood.
go.
You still have did you have your Christmas tree up?
I don't celebrate Christmas.
Oh, you don't celebrate?
I have not actually celebrated Christmas myself since I was probably like in my 20s.
Why?
Damn.
Is it like this choice?
Yeah, I just don't believe in it. I think it's a
Yeah.
bunch of pagan nonsense.
It is pagan nonsense, but I like
Yeah.
giving gifts, you know.
Yeah, oh sure. I just got tired of buying gifts.
You can just give a gift on any random day of the year, fun fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
also
sure.
for me, it's a new chapter in my life because my fiance is Jewish, so now I get to celebrate all the Jewish holidays.
Oh, you got just Hanukkah? You got to teach me some Hanukkah
So I'm
stuff,
like,
bro.
What do you do on Yom Kippur? I've heard of it.
Yom Kippur is the day of remembrance of like all of the Jewish people who were enslaved in Israel or enslaved in Egypt, and obviously the Holocaust and stuff like that. And so it's just really kind of a somber day. Usually you go to service at a I almost said a
Synagogue.
Synagogue, thank you. And
A mosque for the Jews.
that's right. And then you usually just hang out with your family and have a meal. And it's like I said, it's kind of a somber day just because it's intended to be that kind
Yeah.
of a thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but the point is now I get to celebrate a whole new set of holidays. So
That's
I'm all about
dope.
it. Yeah.
So don't take this the wrong way because I don't know that much about Jewish holidays or Jewish
I'm
culture.
gonna wait to start it.
But so like, does your wife make you take Sundays more seriously now?
Oh no.
Sundays?
Yeah, because like you can't do
Sabbath.
nothing. You can't do anything on Sundays.
Oh, the
at
Sabbath.
all?
The Sabbath.
Oh,
Yeah.
I always thought that was Saturday.
Oh, is it Saturday or Sunday? My bad.
So I actually have been to Israel. I have friends in Israel, and the Sabbath is on Saturday there. And in Israel, their week, just like if you look at it, a calendar, the first day of the week is Sunday.
Yeah.
And Israel treats that like the work
Like
week.
Monday.
So Sunday is Monday, Thursday is Friday, and then Sabbath, Saturday is Sunday.
Okay. Got it.
And for Hasidic Jewish people or traditional Jewish people, the idea is much like in the Old Testament, God created the earth in 6 days, and on the seventh day he rested. So you're not supposed to do shit. And I can tell you from being in Israel on the Sabbath in a Hasidic Jewish neighborhood, people don't even fucking change their pajamas. They don't answer the phone. The only thing they do is hang out with their family and eat, and that's basically it.
I dig.
So I had a buddy. This is the reason why I brought that up because when I was a little kid, I had a Jewish little friend, and he would not like. Even though it's rest, you could come outside and play, with your friends. His
Sure.
parents would not let us come and play because he couldn't do that. I just could never fan him. I was like, bro, it's Sunday. You don't have to go to school. You still got to be stuck inside that house. Yeah.
It was pretty wild. And this is last thought on when I was there. I couldn't even go to their synagogue, right? Because I wasn't Jewish. Or even if I convert in the United States, I probably wouldn't be able to go to a
You'd probably have to go there
synagogue.
and convert again.
Yeah, basically. But it was wild because it was right there in the neighborhood. But then you could hear the call to prayer from all the Islam practitioners, Muslim people in the area. So it was just, and what everybody thinks or has their idea of Israel, I don't know how we got on this topic, is not really what it is. It's only that way in a very small part of the nation. It's in the other parts, like where I was in Jerusalem at that time, it's not like that at all. Everything's very peaceful. Everybody gets along. Everybody respects each other.
What year were you there?
Oh boy, 2010. So it's been a while. But I was there for 2 weeks. I stayed for a while. So.
Pat, what you been up to?
Well, shoot. I had a pretty bad weekend. Friday doing our expense reactions. If you guys go watch those expense reactions, you'd be seeing me scratching myself a little bit too much, and I wanted to. And so after the reaction, I went to the bathroom and I just found out my whole stomach was just red, stupid red. Yeah. I had no idea. I guess I had an allergic reaction or something like that. And then I took some Benadryl, but that didn't like really help. And then like around Saturday morning, like 5, I was like, bro, I just can't do this no more. I didn't even sleep the whole night because like it was just like itchiness and like when something's on top of me, like covers or whatever, just felt weird. So I ended up going to the ER, got a shot, got a Benadryl shot, got some other shots.
It was probably a steroid they gave you, right?
They also gave me some steroids.
Yeah.
And so I just had an allergic reaction to that. I have no idea what I'm allergic to now, just because I didn't eat anything out of the norm. I didn't drink anything out of the norm. I didn't go anywhere out of the norm. I'm just been home and work, you know.
We're doing an expanse reaction today. Maybe we'll find out what it is.
Well, so,
It's just the expanse.
right?
I'm allergic to expanse.
Allergic to the plot.
So yeah, I had a reaction. Don't even know what it is, but that was Friday. I had a reaction 2 days before, but the reaction I had 2 days before wasn't as bad. It was just like scratchiness, itchiness, and then I just took a cold shower, got away. But that went away, so I dealt with that allergic reaction. Now I'm just trying to figure, like now, so EpiPens are really expensive now.
Yes.
Just because of supply and demand. So I had to buy my EpiPen, and Jesus Christ, I thought I had to give up my leg for an EpiPen.
Fuck.
Have you seen a dermatologist? Do you think
I'm going to see an allergist hopefully soon to figure out, because
that makes sense.
Because since again it's something that, like, it wasn't a pinpoint that we know what it was, or so we could somehow figure it out. We're just gonna have to go through like the whole questionnaire. So like she already sent me a questionnaire that I filled out. I'm like, Jesus, going like.
What about can't you get blood drawn and your physician can give them
test it,
and test it for something? Because I just went to my physician.
So I don't know about that because they drew blood from me, but I don't know if they sent it to the allergist.
They might have to do it again then.
I think the ER doctor told me that I have to gonna have to do like a back scratch. So like they.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think my dad did that actually.
So I'm hoping that the blood draw sounds a lot more easier.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that's the case. Right. But we'll see.
If they do the back scratch, make them give you pain medication.
Oh, I'm gonna be knocked out. We get knocked out. We get knocked out.
Yeah.
You're probably just allergic to like polyester or something. That's gonna suck.
You know what my biggest fear is? I really don't care for dairy that much, but like my cheat days, I love dairy. So like ice cream, chocolate, fucking cheese.
Let's go all out.
I'm gonna assume I'm gonna be allergic to dairy.
But if you were lactose intolerant, you would have figured that out, and it wouldn't show up on your skin. It would show up out of your ass.
Just right in the toilet. You'd be in there like, I'm in danger.
Right.
So that was my weekend. And my mom. So as soon as I got out of the hospital, I come home. My mom tells me she's got positive for COVID. I'm like,
damn, that's rough.
So yeah, I had to help with mom, dealing with the COVID. Luckily, she had the boosters. She had all the shots. So that's an advice for y'all out there. Make sure y'all are vaccinated because it's a lot more easier. My mom's like 65 years old. She's going through with a breeze.
At-risk people especially.
Yeah.
They need to give themselves all the handicap that they can give them because the efficacy has been proven in the mortality rates of people who are vaccinated. I know that the discourse is like, well, if you could get it if you're vaccinated, you could get it if you're not. The point is, even if you get it, if you are vaccinated, you are far more likely to survive and far less likely to be hospitalized.
Fun fact, that's how vaccines work. Vaccines don't keep you from getting stuff.
I remember you had COVID earlier last year.
No, I had first round of COVID, end of 2020. That was fucked up.
You were fucked, and I know Suraj had, and he was fucked.
You got it right after me.
And so, like, I saw how you guys went through, and I saw my mom go through. I'm like, damn. Like, dude, vaccines ain't no joke. They do actually work. Because, like, all she had was a cough and, like chest congestion. Like, that's it.
Well,
and that's like a regular common cold.
Let me ask you, have you guys ever had Tuberculosis.
No.
Have you ever had polio?
No, haven't had that either.
Okay, well, it seems that so far vaccines have a fairly decent
doing
track
the
record.
job.
Yeah.
Gang shit, baby. Bring polio. I love it that vaccines did such a good
Tetanus.
job that people are just like, well, like, why are we still getting polio vaccines if polio's not around anymore? It's like, hey.
Because you got the vaccine. That's why it's not fucking around
Shut the
anymore.
fuck up.
Bro, what you don't want is for it to come back around.
Right? It's
Tuck
like
your
somebody's
chain in.
worn a bulletproof vest all their life and they've been shot and like, well, I mean, I don't know, I'm still wearing this heavy vest. Like, I've been shot 30 times and I haven't died once. And it's like,
Okay, take it off then.
It's the vest, motherfucker. It's
Yeah.
protecting you.
Yeah, take it off.
So this weekend for me, me and Cat Thomas bopped around and did some shit, and by that I mean we stayed at home and played a bunch of Captain Toad. We've been not drinking.
Dude, that game rules.
The game does rule. I
Are
fucking
you on
love
the
it.
third book yet?
No, I think we're just on the second book, but like halfway through.
What a great game.
It's super fun. So we've been doing that. We just beat Super Mario World 3D as well because we just been playing
Speaking
games.
of my heart, man.
I finished. I found some places to show my quilts at. If you guys don't know, I've got a booty quilt, a whole thing. Ask me about it later. Found some places to show those at. I got to send some pictures off to some people, so I'm going to be in a gallery, which is going to be dope. I finished recording a song with the homie Vessel. If you go to my Instagram, shameless shout out, go to my Instagram and you guys can hear the song. I just posted it in my story like right now. So if you go there, you click on his thing, it goes to his YouTube page and you can listen to the track. I'm on the last verse, which is really fun. Vessel's from London, Britain, somewhere on that. He's from the UK, in the British part of it, from somewhere.
England.
Yeah, England. There it is. I called it London and then Britain.
the British,
He's from England, and so every time I'm talking with him, I'm like, damn, he has such a cool accent, bro. I'm like, and he's like, man, you know, everybody out here is like digging the song. I'm like, all right, that's cool. So I guess I'll have to visit England on my way to Prague, probably. Just
yeah.
stop off, hang out.
Yeah, dude.
I don't want to go to Heathrow Airport. No one's been to Heathrow and been like, it was a great experience. Everyone's like, you gotta run across the airport to get to your other airplane, and it's the size of a city.
You could always take a train. Because like you can fly into the continent, as it were, and then you can take the channel over. I didn't fly into Heathrow. I just took the channel.
Yeah. What I'll probably end up doing is if I go to Britain, I'll stay for a while, and then we'll just get on down. But we'll also have all of our luggage, so I might go to Prague, drop all of our shit off. Don't figure it out. It doesn't matter. We'll have the cat with us, so we should go to Prague first. Anyway,
Flawless.
so we did that. I fucked up some film developing real good.
Nice.
So film developing is science. I don't know if you guys know this. I'm not a scientist. So I had all of my chemicals in these like amber colored bottles and they were labeled. And then but the amber colored bottles, they take really long to heat up. So I was wasting like a lot of energy trying to get the bottles hot. So I found that the plastic bottles heat them up quicker, right?
Oh no.
So I put them both in plastic bottles, but they're the exact same plastic bottle. And I just wrote what the chemicals were on the top. And like, I'm used to just doing it like by hand, right? Like I'm just kind of like, I'm doing it. And so I like had the chemicals ready and I had the film ready, and it's color film for anyone who gives a fuck. And then I like pour in the second step first, and I don't know what the second step is. I know what the second step is supposed to do in order, but if you pour it in first, what it does is wipes all of the color and the image off of the film. So I like poured it in, was like, oh fuck, poured it out, rinsed it really quick, and then I have to finish the like 20-minute long process still to see what it's gonna look like. And like, so all of my film is like half a frame is like face and the rest of everything, and then like there's a swirl of it of just like color, and I'm like, oh, so I had to convert them all to black and white. I had to spend like several hours like trying to edit them. And mind you, these weren't even like super great photos. I was just shooting some shit, but I was like so mad at the end that I was like, these have to be good now.
Shot and all that shit like hell.
I was like, I have to make sure these look semi all right. So I wasted a bunch of time doing that, and I was kind of bummed about it. But that was it. We were supposed to go to shooting range, but I got that lined up, coming soon.
Dude, you're supposed to take me.
Take it. I literally, this is why I'm trying to go, is I have like a list of people now.
Okay.
So I'm supposed to go with my friend
This is what
Sabrina.
the pandemic does, folks. It makes you want to go shooting.
Makes you want to go shoot shit. Obed has moved to Indiana and he's from New York and he hasn't been to shooting range. I'm like, yeah, you want to shoot an AK, bro? And he's like, well, I'm in the
What, you got
Midwest,
an
man.
AK?
I have
I'm gonna stick
access
with
to an AK.
sidearms. I'm just gonna stick
I
with
want
a
to
pistol.
shoot an
thank
AK.
you.
Okay, well now Pat's on the list. I gotta go with my brother and then I gotta go with my cousin. So I got like, yeah. Me and you though, we can go shoot pistols real easy. We can do that.
But you know, he can't shoot an AK?
He said he didn't want to.
No, I'm good. I want to learn practical firearm control.
Yeah.
So we can go with cousin.
Yeah, we wouldn't go with old Cuzzo. Honestly, what are we doing Sunday? We go Sunday morning, probably.
Yeah. Chelsea, go shoot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Let me link up with you on that.
Sunday morning, that early?
Well, because we got the thing to do at 2:00
That's what
on
I'm saying.
Sunday.
It's gonna be early.
What are we doing?
We got work
ice
to do.
skating.
At 2:00.
Oh.
We're doing. I thought ice skating was Saturday.
Saturday.
So ice skating Saturday. I got some other shit to do Saturday. Honestly, we might go Saturday too. I don't have anything to do Saturday until 2 p.m.
Okay. I'll
So
let you know.
I will keep you posted. Hell yeah, we're gonna go shooting.
All right.
Bang bang,
We,
finger bang bang.
Speaking of ice skating, I think I sent you a video, but when we were in Colorado in Beaver Creek, there's a place where you can go ice biking.
Ooh.
So it's not it's like a skating rink, like just an ice skating rink. It's not like you're out on a lake. That would be fucking badass. But like it's essentially a reverse boat because the front
rudder's
wheel,
on the front.
the front wheel is gone and the rudder's on the front, which is kind of like the ice skate, and the wheel is on the back, but it's braced, so you can't tip it over, right?
Nice.
It just sits on. It has like big metal base, it just kind of sits on the ice like this. But anyway, the whole point is you just pedal and you just turn it, and that skate kind of directs you, and you can go ice biking in Colorado.
I'm definitely for
That is dope.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, we are planning a skiing trip. Everyone's obviously welcome, but it's just down.
north?
It's down. Yeah, it's just perfect north.
Okay.
To
Can
keep
we
it
go
easy.
do some? It's my first time skiing. I want to actually go somewhere actual snow.
Let's go to ski school.
They got a
man.
little. No, you don't want to go to actual snow if you've never done
Straight
it before.
up. Straight up. I'm gonna tell you off tops.
Isn't actual snow gonna be softer?
No.
Nah, it's all
The
soft.
shit they have there is pretty soft. But the point is, I'm gonna tell you just straight up. All right, as a person who ain't never skied before, and I skied for the first time, I think at the end of 2019. Actually, it was the beginning of 2020. It's fucking hard. And if you're on an actual mountain, it'd probably be 10 times scarier.
Yeah.
Like, at least you're just on a hill, and your concept of, like, mortality is like, okay, I think I can figure out how to survive if I go down the wrong way or anything. But, like, on an actual mountain?
Yeah, no.
Fuck that. This shit's terrifying on a hill, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I think you want to work your way up to just a mountain.
We're talking.
But the mountain's got bunny hops and stuff, right?
This thing's got bunny
If
hops
you
and
want
shit.
to go to but you want to do the little bunny hop first. That'll just show you how to stand up. And
Also,
go
we're
down.
talking about a trip where at very most you're gonna spend maybe like $120. So if you were driving an hour away, so if you have a bad time, it's like, oh, that's whatever, right? But like if we spend the money, we go to Colorado, we get up the fucking mountain, and then you get altitude sickness or have a shit fucking time on the mountain,
It's
and be
not
like,
an
well,
angle.
there goes $500.
So,
All right,
and to that point, right now is ski season in Colorado. So this is when all the tourism comes. It's basically the tourism boom of the year for Colorado.
Oh, no.
And in Vail, where my fiance's parents just were, to stay at like a nice hotel. I think it's like a 3 or 4 star hotel. $4,000 a night.
Get the fuck out of here!
$4,000.
Well, I was not thinking about
Nice.
Colorado. I was thinking more like like Georgia.
Georgia.
Or Tennessee. No, it's just there's that it snows in Georgia. There's a bunch of ski resorts in Georgia.
The world is fucked now. There's probably snow anywhere.
Well, fun fact too, because of global warming, ski resorts are having a real hard time because their season's getting cut back like further and further. Their season is shrinking, and they are having to deal with that. And they are also trying to figure out like what to do with ski resorts like outside of the season now. And they're like, we don't know.
Yeah, they basically the whole their economy in Colorado could be very seriously compromised in the next 10 to 20 years if reform isn't passed or enacted for climate change because they just keep getting less and less snow.
But I'm already at the point where like it's too far gone now.
No,
We can't
it's
do
not.
anything about it.
No.
If we implement climate change reform right now, you think we're gonna be back to normal in 10 years? No.
Nah, not
No,
10,
but
it's
we
gonna
won't be
there.
in hell. We're not trying to get back to normal. We're trying to stave off hell.
Yeah, there is no back to normal. There's no getting all the way back.
So then what's the point?
Well,
To stop it from going to where
Pat,
you're going to be dead at 50.
Imagine that you had a cough. And you're like, man, I've had this cough for like a year. And then you're just like, I'm never going to go to the hospital because I've already had it for a year. And then 5 years later, your cough has turned into full-blown sonic diarrhea where you're shitting bones out of your ass.
Every time you
And you're
cough.
like, if I would have just got the cough taken care of, I probably wouldn't be at the point where I'm shitting bones out of my ass.
But that means you can't take we can't take care of climate change anymore.
Yes,
we
we
can.
can.
You just said we can't go back to normal.
No,
No,
we
not
can't
normal,
reverse
it's just
it.
new
We
normal.
can stop it from being so bad. If there's a fire burning down a city, we can at least stop it right here before it gets to the rest
Right.
of the fucking city.
Well-
there's no way. Well, it would take a lot of time to regrow the rest of that, rebuild that
Right.
city. Yeah, it'll be some 100 years type shit.
So that's what I said. Like, how's it really going to help Colorado in 15 to 20 years?
It'll help Colorado in 100 years. It doesn't matter. The point is you build trees that you're never going to get to sit under the shade of because you're fucking protecting the future and watching out for the planet because that's our goddamn
the
job.
kids.
There's a really awesome initiative from my full-time employer who they're playing,
Lowe's.
trying to play, Lowe's Home
Radio
Improvement,
Shack.
Hammer and Nails, fixing shit.
Radio Shack.
Radio Shack, yeah. They're trying to plant 1 trillion trees over the next 3 years or X many years or something like that.
That's a fuck ton of trees.
And a lot of businesses now, even in lumber industries, are beginning to like for every tree they cut down, they'll plant 2 more or something like that. Because not only is that environmentally sound, but it's also sustaining their own fucking
It sustains
industry.
their business.
Yeah, exactly. So
Blind Wave! Hey, throw me that hat over there, Spencer.
I haven't
Bottom
met
left.
you guys, but I've
bottom
heard
left.
amazing things.
Yep.
Or not. Should we play
It's
as enemies?
Yep, throw it here.
Do we play
What
Blind
what
Wave
you guys
enemies?
do, Blind Wave? How was your guys' weekend?
Oh, guys,
Blind
Blind
Waves.
Wave just threw us this hat from beyond
Well, on
the
the camera.
Yeah, look
crazy.
at that. I'm not gonna wear it though. I just
Oh,
wanted to be
wow.
like, I got Blind Wave swag
definitely wasn't Spencer.
because I lost.
No.
Spency,
It was Blind Wave, chucking it from the Blind
Why'd
Wave.
you lose, Chris? What'd you lose at?
I lost at Blind Wave trivia. Some people call it Star Wars trivia, but I've been calling it Blind Wave trivia because they won. So
Got it.
We should do that again. Yeah, I liked watching it. That was a lot of fun.
Not yet.
Yeah.
That was a fun segment. Yeah, it was funny.
we're doing some more game. We're thinking about gaming with some people. Honestly, you guys don't know Adventure Archive, but we could definitely do some games with them.
You guys should do 2v2 Overcooked tournament with
Jesus,
each of
I'm so stressed. I'm pre-stressed for y'all playing Overcooked
I'm
tonight.
so hyped. Are you playing or not?
No, I'm gonna be in the Expanse reaction.
I got
Like
you.
I love Overcooked, but you know how I feel about it. It's
Yeah.
one of my favorite games. It is also like it gives me like flashbacks to working
You
at
get stressed
Basbo's.
sweat.
I've never played it before.
What
so
is
it's-
When's the last time you worked in a kitchen, Dameron?
Costco. So let's see, when the fuck was that? I was 23.
What was the
so
lunch rush
11, 12 years ago.
Ooh, Costco's pizza could hit the point sometimes.
I was the dude making the
cheese
pizza, bro.
Yeah. Well, so you didn't have to do like a lunch rush or anything, right?
Yeah, I mean, yes and no.
There ain't no lunch at Costco.
So
You'd be surprised.
Overcooked is just lunch rush the game.
Yeah, okay.
That's it.
So
And
this is a cooking game?
yes.
Hold on,
But if
I
we
wanna
got-
play- that's dope.
It's a whole restaurant game, and it is dope, but it's also hard. Like if
So
you
what
want to
do
know
you-
what it
what do
feels
you
like to
make?
work in a kitchen,
You make whatever you want.
no, you make
No,
whatever the order is, bro.
you
You're in the
make the
kitchen,
order.
dog.
All right. This
And then
is
you got to wash dishes. You got to cut shit. And if you don't manage your time right, and then once you finally are like, all right, we're a solid team. We got our big chef. We got the sous chef. We got the dishes. We got the runner. You got everybody's position like figured out. Then what happens is a volcano pops up in the middle of the map, and you guys got to run around the volcano while you do it all. And people are still in line like, I know a volcano just popped up in your fucking kitchen, but if I don't get my egg fouillon right now,
Right now.
I was thinking empanadas, but yeah.
It's so much fun, though. Yeah, if we do need a fourth, me and Bria play flawlessly.
All right, next,
I want to play that game now.
Pat, you got sports talk for us?
I got some sports talk. So
And then you're gonna do Pat Ponders after this. Pat has a
Yes.
new segment he wants to unveil.
I want
Nice.
to try out. So I obviously this past weekend, this week's been rough, so I didn't really get a chance to keep up on sports or anything like that. But this morning, I saw a big upset that happened. I'm pretty sure that you guys don't know who she is. Hopefully, you guys might do. I'm sure maybe Damon does because he's big into sports.
Maria Sharapova.
No. So, a tennis superstar. She is, I think, under 18, but don't hold me to it. Or she's under 21. But she's always been like, that prodigy tennis star. Like,
What's her name?
Again, please don't kill me for butchering her name. Naomi Osaka.
Yeah, girl, she's half
She's
Japanese and black in it.
Yeah.
And she played against Serena.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she represents Japan. She
Yeah.
is natively Japanese, but yeah, she has an African American father. I think.
Nice.
So she just got upset, and I think, means that she got lost to an unranked player, unranked tennis player. She just lost. However, the reason I'm bringing this up is I think she has a lot going on. I don't think she's really focused in tennis, which is totally fine.
Seems like it.
It's just because where our world is. Like she has to deal with the culture of being half black, being a young phenom tennis superstar in the world of social media and news.
Didn't she beat Serena when she played against her?
I thought so.
Yeah, I think she
Yeah,
did.
Serena was shitty, and like she kind of felt some way about it, but she was like, I just played my hero and whooped her ass. Like,
Yeah, there was some controversy around, I think, how Serena reacted to her loss or reacted during the course of the match.
Yeah.
And then I think she later apologized.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was, I think Serena was just having a bad day.
She was,
Not
think
the-
about it. As Serena Williams, you are the queen of the court. When you go and lose, you ain't gonna be happy about it. You know what I mean? So it's a total normal reaction.
I mean,
for her.
yeah, but also, I've seen plenty of sports shit where people are upset in the moment. Like, that's why I love it whenever after every Super Bowl and like they interview the like winning team and motherfuckers are just jacked up, like whoa, they just shit talking. And it's like, man, that's the reason why they do it. They're like, hey, everybody's hyped up on emotions, right? Go stick a microphone in his face,
Let's go see
just see
what
what
he
he
says.
says.
With she just got beat though, Naomi.
Yeah, she just lost
by an unranked player.
But is it just like was she just good and then all of a sudden this phenom came out that just hasn't gotten a chance to get ranked yet, or like did we find the avatar or what?
Oh, the person that she played was Amanda Eniosova. Australian. This obviously was the Australian Open that this happened at. She's unseeded American player that beat her. So I'm pretty sure she's not good. I mean, she's good. She's playing at tennis Open. Yeah,
to make it to that competition in the first place, you got to.
She's good, but like she's not like the Serena Williams level or Osaka. But I just saw that this morning, and I was like, I'm sure like a lot of people are your ESPN channels are going to like really get into this and like dive into like why did she lose this game or whatnot, and you find out it's probably just like I know she battled with mental not illness but wellness. She was really advocating for it. She like stopped playing and stopped practicing just for it. But she's going through a lot probably. Like I said, she's half black, so dealing with that climate. She's a young phenom superstar, so dealing with that climate. And then on top of that, you're doing this in the world of social media. It's probably going to be way rougher than for the people like Tiger Woods back in the day, Where
for Tiger Woods, he was just fucking everybody's bitch.
Yeah, he was a dude. Dudes get away with shit.
Tiger Woods was like, yes, I am the greatest at golf, and also, I've been inside of you.
I didn't want to go to Tiger Woods.
If I had, I will.
Actually, you talk about Tiger Woods now. Is that a real disease? Being
Sex
addicted?
addiction?
Yes.
Yeah, I think you can be addicted to anything. I think if you start doing anything enough to ruin your life,
you can call
like let's say you're like, I'm addicted to hamburgers, and I'm like, oh, that's ridiculous, but like you got fired from your job because you have to have a hamburger every 20 minutes. I'd be like, okay, well, it sounds like you
maybe chill out.
Yeah, it sounds like maybe you need to go to see a doctor about something, because clearly, so if Tiger Woods is like in the middle of what's the golf tournaments called?
The Masters.
Yeah. Cool. If he's in the middle of the Masters and he's like, I gotta go run in the bathroom real quick, and he just fucks somebody over the sink that he just met, and it comes back out, and it's just like, woo, and it's just like, okay, like you're risking your entire career and everything you've got on the line to fuck a rando in the toilet stall, bro. Like you might have a problem.
Real jazzed up there, Tiger.
Right?
Tennis is a surprisingly not controversial, but like maybe controversial sport, especially recently because we have Osaka here, who she's been very open about dealing with her mental wellness and everything. Which Simone Biles, was also very honest about that during the Olympics. And then also recently, there's a very famous and like world level Chinese player whose name eludes me, a female tennis player.
Oh yeah, I thought she was table tennis though.
No, she's a tennis player.
Tennis player?
Is she?
I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure she's a real tennis player.
Okay.
Not to say table tennis.
Table tennis ain't real tennis.
Oh, excuse me. Actual tennis. We'll go with the original tennis.
Court tennis?
Yeah, court tennis. And so she was embroiled, or kind of is embroiled, in a scandal where she alleged in a letter, like a kind of not like a confessional, but like in light of mental wellness, just trying to let people know about what's going on, the culture and everything. She admitted to being basically raped, or at least like whatever, molested, or whatever you want to call it. Sexually assault. Thank you. By a high-ranking CCP official. For people who don't know, CCP is the Chinese Communist Party. So the people who are currently in power. Yeah. And that's not okay. Like in the U.S., you can do that shit, and like you can obviously freedom of speech, media, all that good stuff. Over there, that doesn't fly so well.
She disappeared for a while, didn't she?
Yes, and then to Pat's point about all this, about being younger, dealing with cultural issues and social media. Now she's been, I guess there's a video on the internet of her being approached by somebody who works for like CCP supported news outlet, doing kind of like what seems to be an improvisational. Oh, hey, I just ran into you.
Yeah, on the street. So what are your feelings about this?
By the way, that guy didn't rape you, did he? And then so she has to kind of backtrack, and so and that was like broadcast through their kind of like social media, their like government media. So it's just very interesting how you wouldn't think of all sports like tennis.
Well, then also the shit happened with Djokovic in Australia right now, right?
Oh.
The Czech player, he didn't get his vaccinations, and they rescinded his vaccine, and he's like, what kind of bullshit is this? Or they rescinded his visa, and they're like, what kind of bullshit is this? They're not gonna let me fucking play in Australia. But like,
that's wow.
I mean, he's Czech, so Marquette's parents have been talking about it.
Did he like lie about getting the vaccine, or just?
No, he was just like, he just like I don't know if he lied, but he just like kind of fudged around it. And they were like, "You don't have a vaccine, do you?" And you know how Australia's been with their borders; they've been like really tight about it. And he's like, "No, but like I'm here to play tennis," and he's like one of the best, and he's kind of being cocky and shit about it. And they were like, "You about to go to court, and then you're about to get fucking." What's it called when you get evicted out of the country? Deported.
You gonna get your sick ass out of our country,
right? And I was like, I get it, right? Like, all right, so you are, you're this athlete, and you're like, I don't want to put shit in my body, blah blah blah. What the fuck ever? Cool. That's, you know what? I don't give a fuck. I don't agree with you. That's your shit, right? But like, if you know that to play in the Olympics, the thing you've been training for, that you have to, there's some sacrifices need to be made. Right? You've been sacrificing your time and you've been putting in work for all this, and you're gonna let a vaccine stand in your way?
Yeah.
All the other shit you've done was sacrifices too. Like, it's not a thing about control. Like, you've been on a road to doing shit to do this one thing, and you get there and you're like, vaccine? No, not at all. It's like, all right, man. Well, that's on you. I mean, if you want to stand up for that cause, if the anti-vaxxers are like, hell yeah, rah rah, sis boom bah, that's our guy. Like, tight,
Look, Carson Wentz fucked the Colts season because he wasn't vaccinated. He got COVID. He got put on the reserve list as he should have been. He missed an entire week of practice, and when he came back to play against the Raiders, a team that we by all accounts should have beaten, he choked. And because he didn't have the training, didn't have the regimen, and then when it came time to beat the worst fucking team in the league, just to get into the wild card,
Choked again.
We lost.
Jaguars?
oh yeah, we didn't get into the playoffs.
We
We lost to the worst team in the league.
worst team.
And all we
not
had
funny,
to do was
but-
beat the worst team in the league. We could have lost to the Raiders and still gotten in just by beating the Jags. And so we shouldn't have had to wait.
And it
for the
wasn't
Ravens
just
to
a
get
regular
beaten.
ass loss. It was a beatdown.
Yeah, and the fucking Ravens should have beat the Steelers, or they should have at least tied. God damn it! I don't want to talk
like-
about Colts anymore.
You know what I think is kind of weird? Well, one, anti-vaxxers probably don't believe in astronauts, but astronauts have to do a lot of dumb shit to their body to go to space. But also, like, if you're an athlete, I'd be like, damn, the last thing I probably want is a respiratory disease.
Yeah.
Just gonna go out on a limb and be like, out of all the things that I want to happen to me, broken legs, those shit will heal. They might be a little bit stronger even, but like a respiratory infection might absolutely, if it doesn't ruin me for life, it could fuck up your year. You'd be like, man, my air capacity is not what it used to be.
That's
Like,
not
I
me,
just
yeah.
can't do the shit. Like, that would be the one thing I would try to fucking avoid.
Well, and certainly because at least nowadays, in a lot of really bad cases, lung cancer very often becomes brain cancer very fast.
Yup.
Very fast.
I think this was back in the day when I was working for Scribe America down in Miami for the radiology clinic. Lung cancer is one of the cancers that actually metastasizes.
Yeah,
So it
metastasizes.
spreads everywhere in your body.
Yes.
So like lung cancer is like known to spread. If you get lung cancer, it's gonna go somewhere else eventually.
This is what my grandpa got.
So
Well, off of the topic of vaccines and cancer, Activision recently got bought by Microsoft for, Spencer, and quote me if I'm wrong on this, $68 billion.
Bump it up 10.
10?
78?
78?
I was thinking 78.
68?
Oh, they
Spencer's
just
got it on
got
the
it.
end.
Back down.
Microsoft bought Activision.
Activision
Thank you,
Blizzard.
Microsoft, for doing that. You brought my Activision stock up, baby. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a slap.
Oh, yeah, I guess I
Yeah,
didn't have an
because-
Activision.
yeah,
Oh
stock.
yeah, I
That
heard.
was
Oh yeah, it
bad,
jumped like
right?
$20 in a day, right?
It turned like 20%.
It did.
Oh, wow.
Shit. Well,
It was Activision Blizzard. So like, let's not
Yeah.
leave Blizzard out of this.
well,
equation,
yeah,
you
we're
know?
talking Activision because we play Call of Duty. But also, now maybe I can get back to my fucking Overwatch. Now that maybe they're going to suss out all the issues with Blizzard. And also fun. Yeah, man.
I think you
That's
guys are like super hyped for it, maybe like Titanfall or anything like that coming back.
Oh my
I want
god, I forgot
Titanfall.
about Titanfall.
Titanfall was
so
dope.
great.
I never played it.
Dude, it's amazing.
Huh?
It's like parkour. And,
It's,
Titanfall is EA, apparently.
okay.
oh, what?
Well, then
We
you
got the
go
video
home.
game guy back behind the chair.
EA
I'm hyped for
never does
Overwatch.
anything good.
Overwatch 2 was going to come out. It got postponed. And I think Overwatch is fun. I like the concept of those team shooters where you actually like have to work together to do the objective.
I agree.
Because while Call of Duty is super dope, the best Call of Duty games I've had have been in Warzone, because if we're not working together, like, we cannot win. And so like I fucks with that. It makes sense to be on a team then instead of like multiplayer deathmatch where you just kind of run around.
Sure.
Activision big game is only Call of Duty. They're the big games.
No, they got other big games.
What are the? Because like for me,
I'm about to look it
sounds
up
like
for you.
Microsoft spent $68 million for Call of Duty.
No, they wanted
nah,
Blizzard.
nah.
Well, and they wanted Blizzard too.
Yeah.
But they wanted it for Blizzard because
Yeah.
Blizzard's got it's World of Warcraft,
World of Warcraft,
Diablo,
StarCraft,
Overwatch, Hearthstone.
These are all computer
Hearthstone.
games.
Yeah, yep, Hearthstone. Yeah.
They have a lot of really well-known, well-played games.
Yeah.
Very
Right.
high-streamed games type shit.
Spencer, is WoW free to play still or anymore, or is it now they still have to pay?
I think it's still paid.
Okay, so there you go. So if they just bought Blizzard, then they just acquired all of the World of Warcraft base, and all those people pay. I'm gonna just average it out to say $10 a month. You know what I mean?
One last thing, I'll shut up. They also bought Candy Crush. So.
Also bought Candy Crush, which
My mom still plays that game.
right. If y'all know any boomers, they're playing. So I'm just gonna name off some of the games real quick, Pat. So all of the Call of Duties you can probably fucking imagine, Destiny, Spiral the Dragon, Crash Bandicoot, all the Call of Duties, which is plenty of them. Oh, Doom 3 apparently, Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
That might be publishing.
So
It was developed by id. Activision publishes games as well. So they publish Doom, but id Software developed Doom.
So they've got
Bethesda.
So they got plenty of those games, right? And these are all the games that we think of, but everything on the Blizzard side is going to just make them fucking money.
Yeah.
And Blizzard's been so fucked up right now because they had a bunch of problems internally in the company with sexual assault accusations and just fucking up their shit and people covering for each other. The same old shit that happens in all giant fucking companies apparently. All that's been going down, and so they've just been bleeding money and not being able to get it. And so if Microsoft, I was listening to Franco, man, he was like, if Microsoft bought this shit, then they probably like have a 10-year plan to like flip this money back around. Because literally, like, Overwatch has been out for, sorry, Spencer, to bother you one more time. How long has Overwatch been out for? And it's still very much played. So they've got
at least 5 or
6 years.
Yeah, at least.
Oh, 5, that's it? I felt like it'd be more, but like Overwatch has been out for that long and it's still popular. WoW's been out for God knows how fucking long. The motherfuckers are still playing it. So they've got like game legacies. They're not looking at, I bought this, I'm gonna make this money back in a year. They bought it and they're like, we can keep these game legacies can continue to be legacies until like your kids are playing it. Your grandkids are like, there's a new WoW virtual account where we raid and everybody gets a blowjob from the blowjob robot at the end.
That's so coincidentally my other friend Spencer, whom you know, he texted me last night and he goes, do you really think it was worth this much money? And I was like, I was like, this is like when Disney, either you compare it to any real big Disney acquisition.
We were just talking about, were you gonna bring up Star Wars?
Star Wars or Fox, I think either one works because
Fox would make more sense because we were just reminded they only spent $4 billion on Star Wars, but it went all of George Lucas.
Yeah, right, exactly.
All on one man.
Exactly. So it is more like them buying Fox, where they get, like in the example of The Simpsons, we'll akin The Simpsons to World of Warcraft for the sake of this example. They're buying the IP. They don't need to fucking do anything with it. They need to just put that shit on Disney Plus.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Now you got The Simpsons, courtesy of Disney. You're welcome. So it's like same thing with Microsoft. It's like, we got World of Warcraft now, buddy. Guess what? Nothing's gonna change. Give us that $10 every month. You're welcome.
Right.
You know. So that's it's buying IP. It's not even the notion of like, oh, they're gonna build some bigger, better thing. No, fuck it. That thing just prints money. You want that.
Just let it sit and cook.
Exactly.
And I know Microsoft has been really trying to get into gaming. I mean, they've always been in game with Xbox and stuff, but like a couple years ago, they tried to do Mixer with trying to get into streaming.
They bought Ninja for a couple of million.
They're trying to like go around like gaming PCs now or gaming laptops. So like with that,
much more
hiring, Blizzard, it's just going to be a lot more easier for them to like.
I mean,
products.
It makes sense too because Microsoft already, if you are on a PC, you're using Microsoft, so like they're already everywhere.
Yeah,
I guess we might need to look into how close they are to monopolizing some shit.
That's what I'm thinking, because like I mean, the new Xbox didn't do as good as the PS5, but it's still, Microsoft didn't lose like their pace. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
They just stopped making the old Xboxes, and then they just bought this Activision Blizzard. Like, I feel like they're doing a lot of steps as far as being like, look, Sony's gonna have their thing where they're gonna be, they're gonna be making their games like Insomniac or whoever they're still working with, kind of thing. And now we have to find a way to get into another field. And I really think they're gonna start hitting the VR stuff harder than anyone else.
That's interesting. Yeah, because I do have the tech for it, I guess. Yeah. And it's interesting that, and I'm sure somebody correct me if I'm misspeaking here, but I'm pretty sure it was either Bill Gates or it was a more recent Microsoft executive who said, even if we take a loss on Xbox as a whole, just as an IP, doesn't matter. We're doing it for the footprint.
Yep. We want you to have the Xbox so that you have to get more Microsoft shit on it.
Exactly.
The Xbox is in your house now, and now we're in your house.
Well, and everybody forgets, well, not necessarily forgets, the Xbox 360 was the best-selling console of that generation, mostly because it got to the market the earliest. And it sold, it was their PlayStation 2, basically. It just sold forever.
Yeah, it did.
So it's not as though, Microsoft likes to spend more than Sony and Nintendo, because Sony and Nintendo have more traditional, fiscally minded Japanese liquidity backgrounds, whereas Microsoft is more American, and it's like under or over, it doesn't fucking matter.
Right.
We got to just do it.
We have enough money to win in the long run, so we will.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
had that war forever. I remember like when they did the press conference with their first drop in like Xbox and was it PlayStation? I'm pretty sure it was PlayStation. And the dude from like Microsoft or Xbox got up and talked about the Xbox, gave this long spiel about it. The dude from PlayStation gets up and just gives
he's like
$100 lower price. Like he was like $299.
That's
and he was like, oh, Sony.
Yeah, that's right. I do remember that. I think that's probably one of the best E3 because they'll do like if you look at IGN or whatever, they'll do like the best E3 moments of the last like 10 years or something like that.
Yeah.
That has to be in there.
I really like the hype because I think it's fun in the moment, but I also like after I grew up a little bit, I was like, it hits you. It's like they don't give a fuck. They just want you to get whipped up about it. So because they're creating fanboys out of it, right? It's like WWE. You know what I mean? Where you're just like you get when you're a kid, you're like, man, The Rock can do no wrong. He's a shit. Y'all going against The Rock. He's like so wrapped up in it, and then like you realize you're like, they're doing a character to get me invested with my emotions and also with my money, right? Because I remember for the longest, I was like I wasn't in the console war until I started like. Probably until the 360 era. But like I had a fucking Super Nintendo, and then I had a 64, and then I had a PlayStation, and I had a PlayStation 2, and then I had an Xbox, and an Xbox 3. I didn't give a fuck. I was just growing up and getting whatever console, like, and then like once you're like, probably around like 18, that's when you start giving a fuck, and you're like, no, dog, it's like 360 Nation out here, and then you get a little bit older, and you're like, it doesn't matter, what the fuck ever,
Doesn't fucking matter at all. Especially now that we can do the cross-platform.
Cross-platform, because that's the only real reason is to play with your friends.
Yeah, because you were playing when we were playing Back 4 Blood. You were on PlayStation, right? I was playing on Xbox.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Right.
Kids are not gonna know what it was like to have that fucking struggle, to have to go to your friend's house to play Sonic 2. Have a good time. Like,
and you got to go to your friend's house with a memory card too.
Or in my case, you feign friendship with the neighbor kid you don't like to go play Sonic 2.
you don't have one at home.
Yeah, I did not have a Genesis, so I had to make do.
But hell yeah. Also, just want to say, I'm really glad that like, there's plenty of things that I dislike about Nintendo, but I also like that Nintendo's just like we're out of that conversation now.
Nintendo has never they know they don't need to change too much, and they just keep making it easier to take their games with you.
Right,
Like
that's
Switch,
it.
Cold. It's fucking amazing. I can take it off my TV, still play my game to the car if I need to.
Yep.
Man.
Just the fact that I can be playing my Switch on the couch while Marquette is like, I want to watch TV. I was like, cool, you watch TV. I'm going to play this right here on the couch.
Yeah,
Just being like,
exactly.
That's it. Most of my Switch gets played sitting on the couch being like,
certainly.
And then if she wants to play, you can just hand her a controller and pop that thing to the TV.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nintendo's killing it, bro.
Yeah.
They're unstoppable.
See, I wish PS4 did that. I mean, PS5 did that.
the PS Vita was dope.
PlayStation.
It didn't do well, though.
It did not do well.
I used to have the handheld PS, not the Vita, the other one.
The PSP?
PSP.
Also didn't do well.
No,
Yeah.
it didn't do well.
Dope concept.
It was mainly because, and Sony's always been kind of a victim of their own, I guess, perpetration of this, but they want to shove their own fucking media format down your throat every time, and it's like they tried to do that with Betamax versus VHS. VHS won out, even though Betamax was a superior format.
You know why VH won out?
Porn.
Yeah.
Porn.
That's the same reason why we got Blu-rays and not HD DVDs.
That's true. Blu-ray, porn industry did go Blu-ray, but Warner Brothers also went Blu-ray. And as soon as Warner Brothers went Blu-ray, then all the other studios followed suit, and that's what killed HD DVD. But my whole point about the PSP is they created the UMD, which were these tiny discs, and they were like floppy disks almost. And it's like... And
also came with its own proprietary SD
memory
card.
stick. Yeah, it was the Memory Stick Pro or whatever the fuck. Sony, get off your dog shit physical media obsession and just give people what they want, dude. Digital. Just fucking do digital. And Blu-ray is now universal, but stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Also, they were trying to drop a handheld when phone games were coming out really heavy.
Yeah.
Phone games became so much easier and so much better that people were like, why do I need something else to play a game on? I can just, everything's here.
Watching people play Call of Duty on their phones is blowing my fucking mind.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Which once again, I'm a millennial, which means that I play my games on consoles. But y'all fucking Zoomers out there, y'all having fun with this shit? Live it up,
dude. It's crazy. Yeah, it's kids playing Fortnite on their phone,
right?
I'm
and doing well.
Hold on, actual Fortnite.
Yeah.
Full
360
format.
no-scoping you.
Yes.
And you got
in front of your
it
friend.
Yes.
On their phone.
Yeah.
While their mom's taking
dude.
them to school.
No controller?
That shit's
No
not
controller.
It's not just in commercials. Kids actually do that shit.
They have a controller for your phone now that you can place your
you
phone
can snap them into.
Yeah, if you want. But
That is...
It's
I don't know
fucking
how
nuts.
your fingers cover the screen, so how do you even see shit?
Pat, you are not wrong, but
We're too old for this.
they got it.
Right.
They got it locked down.
Stay in our generation, buddy. We don't need to go down there.
Right?
We had magazines growing up, not like tablets.
Yeah.
Have you seen that? There's a video online of a baby who
Trying
trying to push like a button on a magazine and trying to zoom on like an image. Like, it's like Jesus. It's like that. It's that intuitive. You know, those motions or those actions are that intuitive.
Actually, I think. Oh man, correct me if I'm wrong here, but the person that invented the pinch, I think they went to IUPUI.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I remember Michelle Roberts was saying something about it, or one of the teachers were, and they were talking about like, the pinch function, but it wouldn't have been like a big deal at the
Could
time.
probably
They would just be
patent
like,
it, maybe.
Yeah.
You know?
They're probably like, oh, that's cool chat. And he was like, thanks.
Dude, did you know that it takes like 5 years to get a patent? So like once you could submit it, that's why everybody says like you always hear like the joke like patent pending, right? Because it's like once you submit a patent, it goes into like a queue effectively because there's only so many, there's a limited finite amount of individuals who can approve patents, right? So you basically get set into a queue that'll get to a guy or gal when the fuck ever, and then once they see it, then they can patent it for you. But
till then.
But it literally takes like 5 years.
Send in the same patent. If I just go to a dude who has better work ethic,
I'm
can
sure
I
that
get mine out there
It goes to the patent office, so
Right, yeah.
I think it's like
yeah, exactly.
Also,
So it's kind of like the IRS.
thought I could just know a guy.
It's a little bit more bureaucratic, I think. Yeah.
So Pat, you had a new segment.
Yeah, so
Pat Ponders. How does this work?
So this, I thought about this yesterday. I was in the shower, so yeah, you're welcome for that image right there. But yeah, I was in the shower and I had this crazy ass deep thought, and I want to share with you guys, and I want to get you guys' opinion on this. Okay. So, and I'm going to start. There's a lot of crazy shit that goes through my head sometimes. I have thoughts, crazy thoughts, and I want you to bring you guys into my head sometimes. So
I'm worried.
So here we go. I have one of my questions I have for you guys is this. All right, so you will be well off. You won't have to worry about money, and also you'll be able to finally cure world hunger. So like there won't be any more world hunger anymore. But one thing you got to do is kill a random person. You don't get to choose a random person. The person picks a random person for you. You kill them. You set out for the rest of your life, and you cure world hunger forever.
So do I have to pull the trigger, or does it just happen randomly?
Yeah, that's my question. Is it a death note death or like?
Yeah, you are physically going to kill this person. It's like so with a gun, not a knife.
And I don't get to choose who.
You don't get to choose who, but it's a random person you have to kill. But you.
And then I'm the hero of the world.
You're the hero.
Well, before I answer, who does you choose to kill?
It's a random person. You don't get to choose.
You don't choose.
Hold on. Is this person an adult or is it going to be a kid? Is kids possible?
We can just off it, baby.
How about it? They'll be over 18.
Over 18?
Over 18.
Get your assholes in the first place. I'll take a 12-year-old or something.
Can't
just they don't snap them out.
Thanos it. All right, fine. All moral ethics aside, because I've been watching a lot of Good Place, one person's gotta die so that world hunger is solved forever, and I'm also rich. I would feel better if I wasn't rich afterwards, if I'm being honest. But yeah, sure, why not? Go for it.
Without a doubt, because then it becomes like it's just that weird. Every once in a while at a party where someone's like, well, how don't you make your first million? It's like, what the hell?
Even if I didn't do it, I'd be like, damn, people are starving to death, and all I had to do was kill one person. Right. What if the one person you kills was the person who's going to cure cancer? And now we won't get that cure for another 200 years.
I wish I would have thought of that. Damn, that didn't even come across my head. That's a good one.
So my thought here is, and this is just me overanalyzing it, but technically, world hunger really... I mean, it is an issue, but the point is we actually, as humans, farm enough food to feed everybody.
We even farm too much.
Too much. So technically, we have an abundance of food. It's just a matter of getting it to the right resources.
It's a logistics problem.
But if we're gonna go full blanket, like now everybody's eating, or nobody, these people continue to not eat, then yeah, fuck it. I guess I have to. I mean, we live in a democracy, right? We have to do what's in the best interest
for
of
most people. That's what I'm saying. Personally, you should have made it harder by like you have to kill somebody Like that makes it 10 times harder and way more fucked up.
This is not hard. This is a random person.
I wouldn't want to kill a person. Honestly.
No, I see the randomness of it makes it easy.
For real?
Yeah.
I'd do a press conference. Just
like, hey, I can't believe y'all.
Okay,
we're gonna save the world, and all one person has to die.
So yes,
but this one person you don't know who it is. This one person could be someone's.
That's making it easier.
I don't know.
That's making it much
that is
easier.
Someone's daughter who could be the next president.
I've got enough money to build a robot, so
right. Like you set me up to be a billionaire and also to save the world. Like
well, you're not gonna be a billionaire. Hold on. You aren't gonna be a billionaire. You're just gonna be well off. Means like you're gonna live good. Like you don't have to work.
Put a price on it.
You're gonna have at least like $10 million
a year.
Fuck, I could do well with $10 million right now.
Dude, if
yeah,
you
I'm
put-
still doing it.
If you put $10 million into like a high yield savings account, you're gonna get back like 80 grand a month. So you just live on the interest.
All right, here. This is what you're gonna have to do. All right, let me.
Hold on. You all going to kill a random person?
Yes.
They're gone.
Jesus.
You're offering.
Moves.
Are you not, Pat?
No.
You're offering us $10 million and
And
saying that
we're
everybody in the world
And I thought I
will
was
have
a bad
access,
one. Yeah,
immediate
yeah, yeah.
access
You
to food.
are a bad person.
Right,
You're
for not doing it,
Whoa,
it technically makes you a bad person.
No. This was my answer because I thought about this for a while and I'm like, there's no way I could just go ahead and kill a random person because like that person could have been like the best person to fuck. That could be Mother Teresa right there. We don't know.
She wasn't gonna solve world hunger no matter what she was.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't, but listen,
point.
that person could have been Mother Teresa or somebody like. She could have been the next Jesus. He or she could be the next Jesus.
Yeah.
That's a random person. For me, was the only way I was gonna do this if that person was like tied for us. That person was tied to world hunger, meaning that person either caused it or could have prevented it. Or whatever. That's the only way I was going to kill a person.
Yeah.
A person that they were tied to world hunger.
Let me bring this logic at you real quick, though, Pat. Even if that person was the next Jesus, and canonically, Jesus didn't solve world hunger, this person isn't going to solve world hunger, right?
But they could do other things.
But the one thing is that we can agree, all tops, like this person, this random person, they've already signed their own death warrant, they don't even know it. Because no matter what this person does in the world, they're not going to solve world hunger. I can, right now, with the pull of a trigger, I see no way that I'm walking away from that.
Yeah.
For real.
Whoever
Yeah.
that is getting an apology. I'll take care of your
Oh,
family.
yeah, I'm gonna feel terrible.
Yeah,
I'm-
yeah,
fuck,
right.
I'll donate half the money to your family.
I might
straight
start
up.
hosting
right.
Squid Games or something.
Yeah.
But like,
Jesus.
yeah, I would really, if I didn't do it, I would be ruined for the rest of my life. I don't know how I'd wake up and be like, there's people that are hungry now,
Right, people are still hungry. It's my fault. I
right?
could've just off
And I also don't have $10 million.
And now that I'm thinking about this, if we're going to really dive into all the nitty gritty of this hypothetical situation, I would definitely get an attorney, lawyer up real fast, and I would bring this to a high-ranking government official in some way and say, listen, bro, you need to pardon me because I'm going to go kill a guy, but then everybody will have immediate access to food indefinitely.
Oh,
You know
even
what I
less than that. I'm sorry. I think I can. All right. So if you want to be real turbo about it, instead of doing all of that, you got to keep in mind where we live at. All right. I'm walking out there. I'm gonna buy a fucking burner pistol. Right. Easy. Serial numbers. All that shit scratched off. I don't know who this random person is. I'm gonna meet this random person. I'm gonna shoot this motherfucker.
Like,
And
hey,
then I'm gonna
it's
put
that
the
day.
gun on them. I'm gonna put the hands on the gun. I'm gonna make sure they pull the trigger. I might even wing myself. I don't give a fuck and just be like, they shot first, and then I killed them because this is America. Stand your ground. This
That's
person
true. There you
attacked me.
go.
I don't know why they attacked me, but I had to kill him.
Chris's is much better.
Because if you go to the government, I don't want to get the government. Fuck all that. Like, I'm just stand your ground. I don't know. If shit, I could put a knife on them. I could put a thing of mace on them. I could like they jumped out of a dark corner and said boo, and I happen to
Right.
pop them 10 times.
It's like just like I'm there, you're there. I just like throw a gun at them. And you're like, bah, 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 bah.
Like what happened? There was a gun floating in front of their face, and they were looking at me, and I shot first because I'm fast because I practice every day.
Man,
I'm truly, really shocked that you all three would.
I am shocked that
I'm
you
Shocked that you wouldn't.
yeah.
That's all. Because in my head, I was like I was having a hard time going through this. Like, bro, I could easily.
So what if you switch it up and it's a person you know? What if you you
So if
gotta?
it's a person I know, I'm gonna go pick a person I hate and just kill them.
No. The system gets to pick the person you know. It's gonna be. Hold on. Let me think of the best way for this. When's the last time you wore a shirt that wasn't yours?
What do you mean?
Like you borrowed a shirt from somebody.
We are adult
No,
men.
fuck it. The last person's car you was in. That's who you got to shoot.
Who's the last person on the car?
Both of you calm down. I gave them a ride this morning. They both looked at me like, easy.
So I think the last person's car I was in. Damn, I don't think I have.
You've been in someone's car. It's probably someone from the office.
Yeah, it's probably someone from the office. It's probably Mickey.
All right, cool. So now you got to kill Mickey to save world hunger.
Well, you got to adopt Chester if you do that.
No, you got to kill Chester too.
So, Mickey, do not take this the wrong way at all, bro.
It's already fucked.
It's already
Bro,
gone.
I know you're watching this.
A random
Do
stranger
not-
is a bridge too far, but Mickey, you're dead.
Do not take this the wrong way, bro. But I find it a lot more easier to kill Mickey than a random person. Than a random person.
How?
All right, well,
Word, so you're saying that you already know what Mickey is. You're thinking that this rando might be something.
Mickey, I'm sorry, bro. You had 30 years to your living right now.
Oh my God.
Like I already know where your potential is gonna be at. I don't think you're gonna be able to cure world hunger, or cure cancer, or be next Jesus, or be next
You're
Mother
real friends,
Teresa.
Mickey.
So everybody at the office, you're willing to gun them down if you have to for world hunger.
But
Yes.
a stranger.
A
that you're not
stranger.
gonna know.
Johnny fuck off in the middle of
He gets to live.
the Amazon rainforest right now. He's just standing there and he's like, oh, could have been me. He's like, well, that's it.
Man,
But
okay, also, good thing.
Columbia Carl.
This is also why it makes it a little bit more easier. Because remember, you also have to do the killing, right? You also
Yeah,
have to pull the
yeah.
trigger.
Okay.
For me, it would be a lot easier for me to pull the trigger on Mickey, just because I just got to think about the last time Mickey pissed me off or something like that. Just pull the trigger. With a random person, it's gonna be hard.
Oh my
because-
you know what? Hold on real quick, because I feel like we're going hard on Mickey.
Yeah.
Pat, can I just assume that goes for all of us?
Yeah, that goes for everyone. Because like,
Everyone.
I'm sure all you guys did something for me that like. A random person, they haven't done anything to piss them off. So it's like the emotions of me to pull that trigger. But
Oh
for
my
one of
God.
y'all probably did something that pissed me off,
Pat,
or I
your
didn't
logic.
like, and just a lot easier to pull because like the emotions would help me pull.
Is this the most altruistic thing you've ever said or the most psychopathic thing you've ever
It's
said?
got to be super sociopath because it's you're gonna kill your friends but not a stranger, which is I've never even thought about this scenario now. Like, what do we do? Is Pat an enemy or is he just
I don't know.
So-
he's the Batman of the group?
We're
You're
gonna need
just a
Spencer to
vigilante.
edit that out and just that part, put it into Slack and write @ Mickey in that. Thank you very much.
Johnny Blue's already doing that.
Oh, Johnny, you're doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, that's
well,
right. Yeah.
shit.
Perfect. Well, now that we know that we're all gonna die at
Yeah, we're all
Pat's
in
hand,
danger.
thank God nobody.
If I could kill World Hunger, yes.
That you just
But
said
not
no.
a random.
Right, not a random. Just in your freedom of ass out nakedness in the shower, you thought, I'd rather kill a friend than a random.
Oh, I didn't think about killing a friend when I was in my shower. I was just thinking about rent. Like this was about rent. You guys brought a friend.
What,
in.
all right, so what about you guys? You're gonna shoot your friend, last person. It doesn't have to be me. The other last one.
No.
That makes it 10 times harder, right? Like,
For real, it's harder
yes.
Yeah.
because like
Well, because I like to think that if my
it's
friend,
easier to put a face when you kill somebody when you know. When you don't, you can't put a face on it.
I would rather spend my entire life working with my friend to solve world hunger than shoot him and have it solved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if someone was just like, hey, shoot a rando or you got to kill Cash to end world hunger, you're just off in the dog.
Oh,
Well,
that's hard.
Cash is just a dog, so I mean, yeah.
That is hard. I don't
I'd
know.
shoot
It's
Cash
apparently
for you.
worth more than Mickey.
So Mickey's life is below Cash's. Let's get. Can we
we
get
need
a
to write a
diagram?
scale out
Can we
for
get a
Can we
everyone.
just go- Hold on, not just Mickey, the entire office. Everybody's sitting in this room, everyone's sitting in the other room.
Yeah, right.
Shit,
Cash,
probably the random
us.
people working in the building that
Oh.
Pat's just seen walk past and be like, I don't like the way they looked at me and walked past me. If I had a chance to end world hunger, I'd murder this motherfucker.
All the dogs are safe.
Oh, if
Yeah,
I
see,
had a
because
nickel.
like with your all right, so like if it's a friend, if it's someone that's close to you, because obviously it's gonna be like you're putting a void in your life. You're always gonna be like, killing a person is terrible, right? Off tops, but like a person that's close to you, like how do you ever live with them? Damn, that
See,
person,
I never
that
thought
person
about-
loved me and trusted me, and I fucking popped them.
Well,
Even though it fixes world hunger, your life's ruined.
I guess I haven't got to the thinking process beyond of like what life would be after killing somebody.
Oh, God.
That hasn't got
Oh,
through
Oh,
my
well,
head yet.
maybe
That's
you
the
should have thought of
scariest
that
thing you've ever said ever.
Yeah, right.
Before you definitively say to off Mickey.
That's a cart before the horse situation, my friend.
No, that's terrifying. You're the type of person that like shoots somebody like, oh God, what did I do? And it's like you didn't think about this.
Yeah,
What have I done?
it's called exit strategy, buddy. You gotta have a plan.
Mickey, I love you, bro. I will not kill you.
What a hesitation.
It didn't sound like he believed himself when he said it.
All right, let's. We had one last topic today.
Yeah.
Pat, please bring another Pat Ponders. I like
Yeah,
these.
Yeah, that's
All right,
great.
cool.
They're terrible.
Yeah.
So I'd been wanting to talk about this for the last couple of weeks. This will probably be like our last 15 minutes of the show. So Chad, if you guys want to hop in and say some stuff about it, we'll have Spencer shoot some things over to us so we can talk. But you know, we're millennials and we're men, right? So I think if we were transported into boomer times, they wouldn't look at us like the way that men look at men. I don't fucking know. The reason why I came up with this or was thinking about it is a while back is because Adventure Archive, which is another channel that we're friendly with, that is actually we're not friendly with. We're friends with them. They've been on podcasts with us before. Robbie was even in a couple of the Game of Thrones reactions, and they all live here. Well, the main guy, Robbie, lives here in town. But they're nerds. They play all sorts of video games. They do all the nerd shit, but they also are like outdoorsmen. But like if you looked at them, you wouldn't be like, oh, you guys can like hike 20 miles and also know all of the plants to eat and set up your own tent and build a fire and be prepared for all this and kayak and all this shit, right? They're like Bear Grylls, right? But like I was like, damn, like you guys are like I look at them, I'm like, man, you guys are kind of like manly men. Like you're out here in the woods and shit, and you're able to like survive on your own. And I was like, okay, I guess that's what I think of it. But like, I don't know that other people look at it and think that way. So I don't know. Like the concept of what a man is in today's society for the youngins, which is us, we are young, is I think a little nebulous.
It is.
And I was thinking about it. Like, what does it mean to be a man to you guys? Be a man.
So if you would ask me this question when I was in high school,
Yeah.
it would have been like everything, you know, what TV would tell you or media would tell
Steak, blowjobs.
blowjobs, you know, that whole shebang. Now I think it's like a little bit harder just because like, and it's a good thing, not a bad thing. It's like we're propping up women to be more equal, and we're getting to like, we're working towards to where women hopefully starts getting paid equally, just as men as are too. Like, you know, back in the day, I would have said, you know, the man will go work and the woman will stay home. And now it's different. Now there's actually, I actually know somebody, the female is actually the breadwinner, and the guy stays home and takes care of the kid and the family. And like, so I guess to be a man now is just to be able to, the most authentic you can be to yourself. Because like there is no, like, it's kind of hard now to have gender roles, just because we don't have to like fight for our food or hunt for our food, or
Just to add on to that, I was listening to this podcast even back then because the men would be gone on hunts for a really long time. So all the women knew how to use all the tools and do all the shit back at home. Anyway, you even found women, they found like ancient women buried with their tools that they had been using. So like that concept that we have is much more of a more modern concept of like men went out and hunted and women like tended to the house. And that was a thing that was actually like that people wanted to be true because of how society was at the time when that was coming up. So like even that notion isn't correct because you got to think about it. Like we're fighting mammoths and it's cave times. Everyone had to be an equal player because shit, there's only 10 of us here. So like,
Who has to protect the babies?
Right.
this was if you go to Scene on Radio, if you find the Seeing White podcast, it was the one right after Seeing White, and it was just like about men and like masculinity and all that. Also, another fun fact about men: largest killer of women, and they still have to be with us. I feel bad for y'all. It'd be like if I had to only date cops.
so yeah, I think like nowadays to be what it is to be a man, I think is just to be the most authentic to yourself, and without worrying about what media or social media or wherever the external things tell you what it is. Because like I said, things are evolving and changing, and you know there's nothing like you said, like the father or the male could be staying home and taking care of the kids and doing all that stuff versus the woman going out there or vice versa. So like I just think now is just, I honestly don't think, I think pretty soon gender's not going to be an issue, just because like look, you can nowadays have a kid without having, you know, you could go adopt a kid
Or having the other.
yeah. So like I feel like pretty soon the whole notion of gender won't be an issue.
I just tend to think of just, you know, when people form a family, the kind of roles that people assume other, you know, intentionally or subconsciously or what have you. And what it always comes back to me is like the mother figure is always nurture and the father figure is always nature. And so I guess when I think about being a man, I think of it more in the context of like being in a family and like what the role of the husband or the father plays as being a man. And, you know, these are antiquated views perhaps, but, and I mean this not necessarily in strict fiscal terms, but, you know, like a provider, somebody who would be willing to go out on his own or her own and provide for their family. You know what I mean? Like the willingness and the desire, the drive to do that. Like no understanding and owning it as like a responsibility. You know, I think, so I guess to that point, it's all more of like a state of mind.
Yeah.
Really. You know, you're there to protect the family, to provide for the family, to provide that nature element because, you know, I'm sure everybody's seen in some form or another, people who are coddled too much or have too much nurture grow up and they're not ready for the nature that the world is, basically. And so I think that it's you know, a dual responsibility, in my opinion. You know, it's just as important to have those things from a masculine figure, we'll say, and then the opposite from a feminine figure to balance out that kind of psychology. But I guess to me, that's what being a man means. It means being there for your spouse or your family providing for them without being asked to, and just that inherent wanting to protect them and be a protector and a provider for your family, and to see them, I guess, grow and flourish. That kind of mentality to me is what a man, and when I think of a man, that's what that is.
Yeah.
I guess for me, it's always like I was raised. My mom let me know, like when I was younger, I'm going to raise you to know how to take care of a daughter because you're going to grow up to be a man. So like it's always been not just gender roles, but like I grew up helping my mom like take care of her hair and like pick up her makeup and pick out shoes and shit like that. And then also I'm going like golfing with my dad, and we're helping build the deck or painting the rest of the house or whatever we have to do, kind of thing. So it's never been like huge on gender roles growing up in my house. Like mom and dad both cooked, they both cleaned, you know what I mean? As I grew up, and like now that all of the science has continued, basically. Like when we were kids, it was just like male, female, that's it. There's no other question. You either like women, you like men, or you're weird. And then now like they've actually broken everything down. Like no. The brain and the body do all of these different kind of combinations of things. So like you guys know, I think it's cisgender male, right? I'm a dude who knows I'm a dude, and I like women, basically. I'm a straight dude.
Right, yeah.
Bria is bi, not like, I kissed a girl and it was fun. No. She's been in a relationship with men and women, kind of a thing. Like emotionally attached, not just, I want to put something in me, or I want to... Like,
not just the physical, but the love.
Dude, you're like, bye, cool, where's your friend? Like, no, that's not what that means. So like for us, it's also... We both cook, we both clean, kind of a deal. Like as far as just like being a man, I think it's still just being a person, like a genuinely good person. Both of us, you know what? She should hold the door. You guys might need to start holding the door, women. But,
looking at y'all.
But I mean, no, really, it's nothing huge. I feel like I'm better at putting things together than her, but I don't think I deserve more pay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're more educated than me. Like,
What do you say, Pat?
So you just talked about that, like, women should open the door, like try and get rid of the whole, just try and get rid of the gender of it, like that route. So then, like, why is there like I think we're all going under the notions of like gender roles is not an issue anymore, it's trying to become obsolete. So then, and the reason why it's a thing now is because we fucked ourselves back in the day trying to make them two different, having gender roles and not trying to be more of a on an equal level playing field. So we fucked up in the past. But like, let's say in the future we're all equal. Do you think we're still going to have the notion of where, again, the guy trying to be the chivalrous gentleman, where you gotta like pull out the chair for the girl, open the door for the girl, or pay for dates on a girl on the first date? Because like I dated a girl where she said like, she ain't gonna pay for dates.
Really?
Because she's a girl.
I've always been kind of broke, so I was like, go Dutch or go home, baby.
Or at least like she like. There's also times where like the guy's only gonna pay for the first date.
Yeah.
So like, do you think that will be some obsolete in the future once gender roles become?
I think less obsolete, and it'll just be on a case by case. Like it won't be expected, but some dudes will be like, yeah, I want to pay for this first dinner. Or maybe some girls will be like, I'm a CEO girl boss, and I understand that like you work in the mailroom, so like I'll pay for the first dinner because financially it just makes sense.
Yeah.
For me, I'm just going to mention a little bit about that podcast one more time. In the podcast, it was, they were doing like some anthropological studies and shit. And once again, if you look up Seen on Radio, it's in the same podcast formula as Seeing White was. You can go find it and listen to it. It's really good. But they're talking about, they even also in the same podcast, they had some women who had transitioned into being men. So they had an experience of like experiencing men and then also being a man, which like was really good insight to it because we can only think about it from the way that we were born and put into it. But they were talking about how when the concept of property came around, that like the concept of ownership comes around, right? And you're like, well, I've got these things and I want to pass these things down to my kid. That is my kid. I know he is my kid, but the main reason I know he's my kid is because my woman gave birth to that kid. So like this woman has to be my woman so that nobody else can sleep with her, so that like I'm getting this kid like in a way to like, so then your kid becomes a part of your property and then like so does your wife. Right, because that's how they thought about things back then, like the concept of ownership. And it was like, I'm a man, I own things, and if I'm going to give them to my kid, like I own more things, then like I have to have ownership of the fucking the
Well, you
logistical
wouldn't
line.
give your wife to your kid though.
I know it's not that, but like this is what I'm saying. Like this is when like the concept of like treating women like property. Like, oh, like you want to marry my daughter, then I'm gonna need fucking a cow and some shit from you. This is a transactional.
Run me them goats, man.
Yeah.
So all that said to be said, I was raised by a woman by herself. Shout outs to mom, fucking killed it. And like I didn't even think about it. So like for me, the concept of like being, I think a man is understanding who you are on an individual basis. And like if you want to be a person who doesn't want to be in groups or anything like that, and you're very singular and individualistic, and that's what your idea of being a dude is, then I think rock that. I think if you're a dude and you're a part of a team, that understanding how to be a good team player is, right? And I mean like in a sense of like a family, because like in my family we try to like divide shit and do things and like get things done together. And if you need help on something, if I need to cook, I'm gonna cook. If you're cooking, you're cooking. If we're both cleaning, like I think that it should be more like a team, because when you come down to having a kid, like you guys are gonna raise them together. And like Marquette is good at woodworking and building shit too. So it's not like it's not like if he wants to build something, he's going to come to me and learn about it. I mean, I installed solar panels this year, so I'm kind of good at that now. It's like you can get both from everybody. It doesn't matter. And I think that if both parties are pulling into the kid with the same kind of information, that the kid's going to grow up and just be fine. I had a single mom and I was raised fine. This is also why when we were having that legislation about gay couples being able to get married or adopt kids, this was like a couple years ago, like maybe 2012. And they were just like, I was in the state building downtown, and like people from the north side, Republicans, calling all out, were all. That's who they were. They also said it.
I'm up there. I ain't no Republican.
No, I'm saying specifically, there were North Side Republicans that were downtown talking about how like we shouldn't pass this law because a kid needs to be raised by both parents. And it's like, all right, tight. I see what you're getting at, but also like, you know how many fucking single moms there are out there? Like, where is the upset for that? Where is the breaking up of family homes? You don't actually give a fuck about what you're talking about.
No.
I think you're just being a fucking bigot.
Yeah.
And because I know plenty of people, myself included, that were raised by single parents that are doing great. So like, their whole argument's out of the window. They're just talking about shit because they want to talk about it. So off tops of that, like if you've got two moms, wherever you're going to get your information from, I think you're going to be fine. You got two dads, they're not going to raise you to be hyper toxic masculine. They're going to raise you like a normal person. Like you're going to figure it out. And so I don't know. I think if you're going to be a man, you just need to like, I think you need to be resolute in what you believe in, but also flexible to hear like other shit.
Yeah.
You don't need to be like hard-headed and being like, no, it's my way or a highway. And like, if that's what you think being a man is, that's fine. But for me, it's much more like, all right, like I feel this way about shit. I'm with it. And then like, oh, there's other information coming in. Cool. I can use that and change it. And like not being afraid to be like emotional or like talk about your feelings and shit. Cause all that's important. And all of the things that we call like toxic masculinity that have been building up over years, we're reaping what we sow. People can't handle shit. There's fucking... or incels out there that are all sorts of fucked up, and like you just need a balance, man.
Yeah.
To be a man used to be don't show emotion, don't cry.
You're
chew
a
your
brick.
bullets and then spit them out, and then you put your gunpowder in it, and then you put
Right.
it
It's true.
Yeah.
But back when they were, oh, go ahead, Spencer. Go ahead. Do it.
What's your theory, Spencer? I'll parrot it for you. Yeah, come on over.
Yeah.
Come on over.
BTS.
Grab a mic that's not plugged in.
No, come around this way. You want people looking at your back?
I gotta sit down someplace.
Here, you don't have to.
No, share.
Hey,
Cheek up, cheek to cheek.
this is Spencer, guys. This is the man behind the camera.
I'm on the ones and twos. What's up, everybody? No, I was kind of thinking about having a shower thought sitting back there behind the stream, forgetting we were streaming. I was kind of thinking that, like, you know, we have, like, some people have, like, this antiquated idea of what being a man means because, like, you know, back, you know, let's say, like, 400 years ago or something like that. Like, what do we need? We need guys to go hunt, find us, get us food, take care of the family, and like fight for their people. Yeah, fight in the war, like take care of their people. And that's what society needed men to be. You know what I mean? There wasn't a lot. You couldn't do much else. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I mean, you could be an artist, but it's like they probably weren't concerned about artists back then.
Yeah.
Like, what good is an artist when, you know, a countryman? But these days, you know, society relies on more than just, you know, than just warriors and just hunters and just gatherers. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's like it takes a lot more than just that. So it's like you can say, like, you know, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. You could say, like, you know, oh, you think the garbage man, for example, is a man because, like, he doesn't have like a tough life. He just like dumps garbage, but it's like it keeps the environment clean. You know what I mean? It's like we need that. and it's important. So I guess like my whole theory, you and I kind of talked about yesterday about like hard work responsibility. And it's like, and you made the point that you can't, like sometimes your lot in life doesn't gear, like you can work as hard as you want, but like what if you're black? Well, if you can't speak English in America, like that's going to hold you back no matter how hard you work. You know what I mean? So it's like, I guess just doing like, doing like what's hard, I guess. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you can be rich and you can go hunting, you can be an MMA boxer and be rich, but it's like, yeah, but so what? Like, is that hard for you though? Or is like, is taking care of a family harder for you if you're an MMA boxer? I bet it is.
Or is taking care of family hard for you when you're not like raising the kids?
Yeah, did you father 3 kids? Are you not taking care of them? That's not very manly to me. I don't care if you can. Right? I don't care if you can fucking knock out Chuck Liddell. Like, you got 3 kids that need you, and you're not doing that. So I guess that's my opinion of being a man is.
Yeah, it's the hard thing when you got to.
I think it's the concept of providing, and then how providing can be such a great spectrum of things. It's not going out killing something and bringing it back. It's not going to work and getting a paycheck and bringing it back necessarily. Yeah. It's the idea that you have the capability and the acumen and the drive and the interest to provide. If that just means educating yourself about something to be better. You know what I mean? It's just it's this greater concept.
And even if you don't have a...
Spidey said that his mom raised him to be able to raise daughters. Because I think that's important too. A lot of men are like, I'm going to have sons. They always think about their sons like...
Yeah, I think just act like they're you.
Right, dads that like have their daughters and are able to like, I love that. I love that so much. I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I'll be the dad brain.
And even if like you don't have a family, for example, it's like, what if, I don't know, what if you have a drug problem? Like society needs you to not have that drug problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's like,
responsibility, in a word.
I mean, yeah, in a backwards way, you've become unresponsible, but you need to be responsible. You know what I mean? That's what I think is, important.
Yeah. No,
at the lowest level, that's what I think is important. Like if you're super rich, then do something good for people. That's what I'm doing.
Just provide.
Build a dick rocket, fly to space. Now you're right.
Yeah, be like Jeff Bezos, baby.
That's right.
Now you're a man. All right, I'm going back to my desk.
Now you're a man.
We got wiener rockets.
Wiener rockets. Well, I'm gonna read a couple of comments, guys. And I think we're gonna get out of here. Yeah, I want to pull them up on my phone. So if you guys want to send some comments about what you think it means to be a man, because I think we have a pretty interesting community, and I want to hear you guys kind of sound off about it.
It's a very diverse cast right here.
You know what, Spencer? You might have to read some to me because my phone has decided that I can't see all the comments.
Yep.
Mine does that too. If I'm not.
You jump in. Yeah, and it's just from wherever you are. Yeah.
Chelsifer says this implies though that women don't feel they need to provide though, but. As like I was saying about like my single mom, and I think that all women kind of probably feel this way, especially if they're in a co-parenting thing or even have kids or anything like that. That I think a lot of people just feel like they need to provide and like do. You know what I mean?
Doesn't have to be a father. A mother can provide. It's just I guess I can.
But you would just look at for you just think
masculine, right?
Like masculine, like providing is just like a masculine trait.
Well,
But women can also have masculine traits.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. If there's a gay family, men or women, you're going to have somebody who's going to be more masculine and somebody who's going to be more feminine. It's just a dynamic,
Other people will put their opinion in. I remember it was probably like 2012 or something like that. I was out to dinner with a friend of mine and her parents. And there was a lesbian couple close to us. We're at Applebee's. Close to us with their son. And he goes, well, hey, how come I don't have a dad? And that's obviously a conversation that they're just going to have with their kid.
Yeah.
But like the family I was with, they were just like, that is so sad. Like, what?
Yeah,
right? Like, mind your business get that broke ass
right?
thing.
I barely had a fucking dad. Oh, that's so sad. Come on, man. I mean, I'm not
Kids
saying
got two
that
parents.
you need it, but it can be done.
The way they answered it though, she said because mom didn't fall in love with the dad, she fell in love with mom.
Oh,
I was like, dang shit, like
All right, QPL says, what up, QPL?
What up, QP?
The idea of men and women is pointless. In the end, gender is a social construct. You are right. A tiny little piece of brie says women are forced to provide a clean home, clothes, nurturing, emotional labor. Those are things that they would be provided. I think everyone can be a provider. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just trying to read through quick as y'all are piling these boys in. Amanda B says, it's me and my 2 sisters, and yes, my mom taught us a lot, but my dad provided for us and taught us things. To me, as a woman, that is what father, and to be honest, a mother is teaching your children, no matter who they are, things that you know so that they can also grow.
I agree with the man.
Like, I think being a parent is going to be way more important than being a mom or a dad.
Yeah, it's just like I said, being a person. Just you want to be sure you provide, regardless of what you identify as. Like,
Exactly.
You don't want the baby to just walk off a cliff. That's ridiculous.
Chelseafer says, I disagree that it's a masculine trait. I guess that's my point, but we can agree to disagree. I mean, I don't know if providing is a masculine trait or not. I just think that's how it's viewed.
I should say historically.
Written it is. Like, it's what they've always...
In
But-
practice,
Man's supposed to
historically,
provide.
Yeah.
All right, guys, chill out.
Yeah, I mean, people have to, parents going to provide. I guess, does it always come down to parents too? Because, like, what if you're, I don't have kids.
But once you become that guardian, people automatically start calling you a parent. no
I will
matter how
say
old you are.
being married, I feel like has made me a better man, but that's just because, like, I have to actively participate in a team activity every day. Otherwise, I'm like, I can sit around and be a huge piece of, it's made me a better person, straight
I
out.
think that's huge, though. Like,
Yeah.
we all have a single friend that is a piece of garbage. Like, it's not their fault.
And there's sometimes you're like, this person needs like,
Y'all better not be talking about me, motherfuckers.
No. But people be like, you need to, because you provide for your fucking family a shit ton and you do a bunch of shit even though you're a single piece of shit. But people be like, that person needs to get, you need a girlfriend, you need a boyfriend. What that person really needs is like a partner, because I just think it's, sometimes, a lot of the times, but also I've dated people that it's been really easy to be a huge piece of shit with. But it's like it's easier to be when you're with another person all the time. Like, you conscious about like how you are, and it kind of think is supposed to make you want to be better. That's why we work together in pairs, or if y'all do the throuple thing, live that. Tycho says the idea of being a man comes from what was important while we were evolving as a civilized society. We should be choosing these things, not which we are doing right now. Yeah, so like you should be able to choose like what you want.
I agree with that.
Does anyone have any like specific examples of what else they think like today, like today's standard with internet, technology, 5G internet, what it is to be a man? Because now we don't have to hunt and gather. Like,
No, we don't.
And now people are trying to only send women to the stores and shit. Like, it's like, well, that's still the hunting now.
Wife, go to the store and hunt the bread for me.
Right, like.
World's Famous says, being a man, affirming the humanity of yourself and others in a manner that does not involve subordination or dominance for the sake of elevating yourself.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Probably my
we can print
favorite
that
one
out,
today.
Put it on a shirt.
Yeah, that's it.
Put it on a shirt.
That was nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Just don't be a douchebag and help people out.
Well, also,
Amanda B's last one also says, male or female, be a productive person and do good for the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, anybody can sit there and be a piece of shit. we don't need any more, right?
it's pretty easy. I've done it. I can tell you.
Right?
He said,
That's what kind of goes back to Spencer's thing then, like doing the hard thing, like being
Right.
responsible. Because like, if
Yeah.
you just want to be a piece of shit, like go for it.
Yeah.
God.
If you want to be a drain on society, basically, like
Yeah.
if you just want to absorb and not give anything back.
Like consciously, it's not like if you're like, like I've got a debilitating drug problem or I become homeless, but it's just like if you're just like actively being like, I'm just not gonna do anything.
Sloth, one of the 7 deadly sins,
Yeah.
right?
Well, guys, these are all been really good. Inrock says, I'm from Noblesville, and it's great seeing you guys represent the 317. What up, boy?
What's up? Indiana. Who just won last night? Kicked Purdue's ass.
Yeah.
Purdue.
I don't know sports.
Yes.
It was a great ending. Did you see that ball game? Did you see
I
that?
just I missed like the last few minutes.
Purdue came back, they were ahead, and then Indiana came back with under a minute to go and beat them.
Surge317 says, Spidey is hot. A tiny piece of brie replies back with, I'll fight you. Guys, this has been a good one. This has been a topic I have been wanting to talk about for a while. My last little tidbit is this here. If you're a man, go to the fucking doctor, idiot.
I just went. I
Go to
literally
the
just went. Very
goddamn
easy to
doctor.
do.
Don't go. They'll tell you everything's wrong with you.
Yes, you
Except
have
for
to
me,
be
everything's
brave
fine.
to be.
That's what they're supposed to.
Oh, all right. One little fun spinoff too is that when I visited Marquette's dad for the first time, who I think is like a very much manly man. He's got a giant walrus mustache. He makes his own booze, and he also hunts boars.
Oh, God.
So he was like,
Checks out.
yeah, we were going to a cave, and I was like, man, I don't go to a fucking cave. I'm fucking afraid. I ain't never been in no goddamn cave. I'm claustrophobic and shit. Like, and he's just like, oh, we gotta do this to test out your brave. He said it in Czech, obviously, and I was like, Marquette, what he's testing out your brave, and I was like, all right. So like having to like do that shit. I do think that being brave is important. I think it's important for both genders, but people see it as like, but I felt like I had to do it. I was like, all right, I got to do this.
This is your like inner like lizard brain.
Yeah, being like,
here's
this man says that this is what being manly means, and he's your fucking wife's dad, so you got to do it. So I did it, and we went up one of those like shaky ass gondolas, and I was like, I don't want to fucking
But
do
isn't
this
that
shit.
toxic masculinity right there?
It is.
though?
It depends on how toxic I would have let it go. Like, we went on a boar hunt, and like, let's say we found a baby boar, and he was like, take this knife and stab this if you're a real motherfucking G. I'd be like, no, I'm not gonna kill this animal because you
baby
want me
boy.
to. Like, that feels, it's not baby boy. Like, I think it's to a certain point, right? Because you draw the line where when it gets toxic for you. So just like bullying people and shit. But anyway, like, yeah, that was like a whole experience, and like, for all the ideas that I have, I was like, I have to do these things, and I did them. And then he even took me out because they shot a boar, and they're like, we're just looking for it. We need help finding it. And I went out with them, and it was like me, her dad, and her dad's friend in the woods, pitch black, middle of night, like in the center of the country. There are literally no lights. All right, the only lights that are illuminating is the stars and the flashlights on the end of the gun. And I'm like, well, this is it.
Yeah, that makes
It's clearly gonna pop me in these woods. Get Out just came out. I was like, he's gonna shoot me in these woods. And I was like, so like that's where the bravery came for me, was like, you're stepping out on this limb and just being like, hope you're not a piece of shit. And also, if you try to kill me, I think I'll be good. And then also, we're looking for a boar that's shot, and he just gave me like had a pocket knife and a flashlight.
The boar's mad if it's not dead. Like,
Right? Yeah, I'm like, so I'm out there being like, well, the old man can kill me or the boar can kill me.
What about the boar's cousins? Like,
Gotta nut it up. So, I don't know.
did
That's
he
the thing.
get one?
We followed the blood for a while. I know what toddy means. Toddy means there. We found a lot of blood
Toddy.
and couldn't find it. And I also had a really terrifying moment for a city boy where in the pitch black, you can't see anything in front of you. And I just got the flashlight and I just get to a wall. It's just like a sheer like mini cliff face, but because it's a small flashlight, I can't see how high it goes or where it ends. And I was just like, it's like video game wall. And I was like, all right.
Yeah, you were
turn
Kingdom
around.
Hearts where every area is a room.
Yeah, right. I was just like, because like if the board gets me here, I can't go forward, and that's it. So no, we made it out, and we just went and drank a bunch. Yeah. So
There you go.
There you go.
be some good ham.
Yeah. That's pretty doodly.
thanks, guys. When the girls come back with their podcast, I am going to be interested in hearing what they have to say about femininity and also masculinity. We're going to be doing another podcast next week. Also, I'm going to be doing a segment in February where I'll be shouting out a bunch of black creators for Black History Month, the shortest month of the year. I'll never let them forget it. Every month should be Black History Month because American history is also Black history, baby. But I'll be shouting out some creators, so, stick around for that. It might be on Instagram. I'm not sure where it's going to be at. But, yeah, definitely want to share that with you guys. I want you guys to check it out. We're doing the podcast again next week where we'll probably have a slightly different cast as we like to change it up. And that's it.
That is it.
You guys think anything else?
Nah.
Have a good fucking weekend.
Yeah. Next time we're going to be giving you guys sex advice. If you're looking for the clitoris, I'll draw you a diagram. I think I know where it's
We're gonna
at.
put it
But
right here in the background.
Yeah, right.
One green screen.
we're going to get a little laser pointer and be like, and that right there is the urethra. All right. Play music before I keep talking.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
How deep are we going into?
Aretha Franklin?
Who's zooming who, bro?
Bangers.
Good podcast, guys. Oh, I didn't do the cabin in the back. It's Indianapolis.